patrons who have lost their favorite corner restaurant, their neighborhood local, as well as beautiful people who have lost their jobs within these establishments. So there's always a very difficult conversation to have, because I think that we could have done things differently and we could have learned faster from the mistakes we made early on in lockdown. But, we're all in a collaborative state, and there are discussions that take place vastly between different ministerial divisions that make these decisions. What I can say is we set out pre-lockdown on around about 23,000 restaurants, and we are currently talking to a platform around about 11,000 restaurants. Sure. There are restaurants that have reopened and rebuilding themselves, but in that we've lost around about 500,000 jobs. And I think that one of the key things that we've always called for is a formal analysis of what our industry actually contributes to the GDP, the amount of jobs that we create, as well as the platform and landscape that we actually do bring into this country. We are iconic for world tourism. We have some of the most beautiful restaurants sited in some of the most beautiful venues around the world. And people come to South Africa as a destination to visit these beautiful high-end restaurants, fine dining restaurants, and restaurants that are really iconic to world-class cuisine. And many of those restaurants have been lost around South Africa and on the tourism belt. Yeah. So there's a lot of work and there's a lot of rebuilding and remodeling that needs to be done. And our industry is also really vast. We talk about takeaways, we talk about sit-down restaurants, we talk about the bars, we talk about pubs, we talk about lounges, and then we obviously talk about the mom and pops, the coffee shops, the food trucks. There's such a variety of people that operate within our established sector. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done, a lot of pain that's been felt over the last couple of months. And I think, when the noise happens and these conversations take place about third waves and lockdowns, you can just imagine the emotional complexity of our beautiful restaurateurs. To be able to run a business operationally takes a vast amount of contributions. It's not just about selling alcohol. We've got the composition of food, of budgeting, of making sure that we are ready for service over the weekend, of ordering in stock. There's a balance that goes through with cash flow, with staff, with being adequately prepared to be able to trade safely. So when these announcements hit us so instantly, our industry really, really takes an impact on many levels, operationally, financially, staff, and the viability of ourselves just to be able to trade in a pleasant, hospitable way really gets affected. So we are really grateful to the President for hearing our plea and allowing the industry to remain open through